So we're here with Andrew Rice, and we have some questions. So first question, can you name 3 preferences you think are fundamental for world-class ball striking?
I think that's a great question. I would start out with body motion, body pivot. I like to see, we had discussed the 84-degree line. I think it's imperative for players to stay fairly centered. That doesn't mean a still head, it means a steady head. I like to see, by the time they get to impact, the weight be on the front foot. The pressure also should be on the front foot at that same time. That's going to encourage the hands to get a little bit in front of the golf ball when hitting a shot off the ground or an iron. And I think thirdly, I would say speed. You've got to have a certain amount of speed in order to be able to compete at a world-class level. So body pivot, weight forward at impact, speed.
Nice. What values on path would you like to see on someone who's aspiring to be a tour player?
In addition to the 3 points that I just mentioned, which if they're aspiring to be a world-class player, they've most probably got those 3 elements already. Club path, how the club introduces itself to the golf ball. I would say if we're talking in a horizontal fashion, it's going to depend very much on what the player wants to see. If they want to see fades, I would like to see something between 0 and, if they're a right-hander, -3. Draws 0 and +3. If we're talking with the driver, I'm fine with anything that's 2 degrees down and 2 degrees up. I wouldn't want to see much on either side of those, but I like to think of it as the consistency corridor. If a player likes to shape the ball both ways, I generally go for -2s on fades and +2s on draws. Not too extreme when it comes to the path, up or down, left or right.
Right, thanks. And last, do you have a model swing?
I don't have a model swing, but I do have preferences. I guess you could argue, you could debate that I do have a model swing if I have preferences. I like to see, and we had discussed, the face appear in the backswing to be a little bit more square to open than anything closed. Obviously, I want the club at the top, not obviously, but I want the club at the top slightly laid off, if anything shorter versus longer. I want to see the player work the hand path through the hit where they're able to get the hands tracking in. I want to see the hand path working around the lead hip. I don't want to see anything where the hands are tracking away from the player through the hit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but if you get a player that hits the ball really well,
yes,
would you like modify his technique to fit into those things you just mentioned?
There's a lot of players who hit the ball really well, but it doesn't hold up. So I think if they hit the ball really well and it holds up, I'm okay.
Yeah. Great.
Why change? Why change? It's really all about how the club is communicating to the golf ball, and can we get it to communicate what we want it to communicate under pressure. If the player can do that under pressure, we're there.
Yeah. So that's kind of a consistency thing? Yeah,
sure.
You have some
yeah.
ideas of consistency?
Hard work. A lot of hard work. If you want to be consistent, you gotta practice it. A lot for a long time.